Thanks for staying here on the program. Now, relatives of the woman whose baby went missing at the Konfuanoche Teaching Hospital last year, threatening to go to court over the matter. They are aggrieved. The Ministries of Health as well as the Gender, Children and Social Protection have failed to secure justice for Suweiba Abdul Mumin. Family members also accuse the two ministries of failing to fulfill their promise to provide psychological support for her. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin filed this report.
It's been 1 year since 36-year-old Madam Suweiba gave birth at the Konfuanoche Hospital, but she is yet to know the whereabouts of the body of the baby officials say was stillborn. She has neither received formal communication from the Ministry of Health on the outcome of investigations. Suweiba and her family are unhappy they have been ignored. Mohammed Abdul Rahman is spokesperson
to the family, or one called the family and Suweiba, thinking of how to move on, but we never heard anything since then, and we've been waiting to hear from the ministries. Nothing have come out from them, and the police too. We have heard nothing from their investigations. It's been that the state institutions had a plan that they wanted to scratch each other's back so that then they would tone down the issue, and it's like they are realizing what they wanted to do is coming to pass, and the family too is anxiously waiting for Parliament to come out with a report. Parliament came in along the line that they were going to conduct some investigation with the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health. Fortunately for us, the chairman of the Health Committee in Parliament is our member of Parliament. We have contacted him and told us that Parliament is working on it. We've not heard anything from their side. We have approached the chief executive to the same old story that they are working on it.
This is some no one had to say or more because or man can pray. When Timenia Brepa and make us say, and Mania Brepa, Ghana for 1 year dear cry, and pay you for more Ghana, or 1 year dear cry, 1 year dear about cry. I said, Mrs. Mimi, whom a person who be a Mimi Banu or enemy pay. Or more Eswa, some said, or more Esum Abuami, but or more do and him the Omo cry. We out pa, my do we out, and pay you for no pa. I somewhere I rose some more could tell me to say more cars some yam. I could drain you more just some mammy a day.
Suweiba's case caused a national stir when doctors claimed her baby had died but failed to produce the body. The Health Ministry investigations indicted some hospital staff who were subsequently suspended. At the time, the family insisted the body of the baby must be produced dead or alive. Parliament came in to find answers to the mystery, but that never materialized. Suweiba is disappointed in the leadership of the country.
Wow, Morgan and Yamida Mwasi, and you be a master may buy a original in now so I can't be my middle would be a rasi. But in paying for Morgan at the Oman Munu Cranch, or one Wami cry, or more so someone said your Muguam Kusomko drain him, or more just some armament. Almost made me see me bear me bear who I'm Nami Banifun. I walk around at China, and came out the Tony Casse. Akolani kase niwo nipa mwa niwo efunu niwo enti se meni abrepa minim se asam no anka o mu nka nukra o mu anka o mu frɛ me kra se memra nkran anka menko.
Big time disappointed, not the family alone. People call us not to listen to whoever comes on board again. If we have to fight, we should fight on. They will support us in every way, financially, spiritually, morally. They will support us. So this time when anybody comes on board, we should just forget them and fight on.
She insists the family will pursue the matter to its utmost end.
The Ghana mind, the Nukra Sakura, Nukreba cry Nigana mind. I say now so say me person me hu baby a me ba no me still me nyai o me person me hu baby a me ba no still me njai so mo na jai a me de me.
She is particularly concerned about promises made to her that never materialized.
So mbebua me omo kakaka enkosi ga omo kakaka omo se ene echina ibusa omo kora omo se asam no parliament say ni se so ye hu no obia e na omo ne nam krom say me ama misika ya ye de obi hia me a was eh so ya ma usika na me se obi ama misika nyankopɔ na betua omo ni de omo ka ni nyina e betua omo ka se me ya ama misika bia.
A year down the line, and that is Suweiba Abdul Momin's story after she lost her baby at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Let's find out what's the Ministry of Health, what their story is a year down the line. I'm joined over the telephone line by Public Relations Officer of the Ministry, Tony Goodman. Tony, you're welcome to the program. Thanks for joining us here.
My pleasure, Kevin.
A year down the line, what have we been able to figure out exactly about what happened at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital with the missing baby?
Figure out in
terms of knowing what went wrong, where the baby, where the body of the baby was, if indeed the baby died.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning to our listeners. Just to recap what happened, when the incident happened, as you are aware, a committee was set up to look at the initial report. They went to Konfanochi, brought the initial report. The other issues that had to do with the nurses and doctors were sent to the appropriate councils. They also did their work. The report was submitted, and then the ministry made a statement on it. The punishment that came from the various councils that were set up by a law, we announced those to the public. And what we're looking at was to also look at how best to strengthen our institutions. Since then, that is what we have been doing all this while. But when it comes to the other issues relating to the facility itself, some measures have been put in place there to forestall some of those things. Record keeping has now become one of the hallmarks of that. They are taking record keeping very seriously. So those are some of the lessons we learned. As you are aware, in a country like Ghana, you cannot just get up and punish people. You have to go through due process, and that was done by an appropriate institution. It is not for the ministry of but appropriate institutions. So that has been done.
Right. Now, Tony, for Suweiba, the question the unanswered question for her is the whereabouts of her baby's body. A year down the line, were we able to figure out where the body of her baby went?
That is for you and I to so discuss and inform her about the decisions that came out of that investigation. You see, it is if you are interviewing somebody and the person is raising questions, what is more important is you have to also refer to some words that were done. But if you allow the person to talk without informing the person about what really happened. Hello.
Tony, I can hear you, except I don't get what you're trying to arrive at.
The interview that you granted, you're asking me what has happened. Where have you been able to find the baby?
That is the question she keeps asking. So for her, justice has not been done here.
Yes, but it is not everybody that goes to court or goes to an institution where you are supposed to seek justice that is happy. It's not all of us that at times are okay with some decisions that can, but that is the law. That is what happens there. If you think you are not happy, then go a step further to seek other review or clarification. So we cannot just say because they're not happy, we'll just go and do things on our own.
But Tony,
those institutions were set up by law, And when it comes to dealing with some of those cases, you go through an appropriate institution to do it. It's not for.
So what you are urging Suweiba and her family to do is to go to courts, sue the Konfo Teaching Hospital for the way forward when it comes to finding their babies. The Ministry of Health has done what it can.
That is you are saying. That is what you are saying. I'm saying that if he feels that what was done is not the best, he can go to an appropriate institution to seek justice.
Which institution will be appropriate in this case?
That I cannot say. Those who are
Isn't the Ministry of Health one of those appropriate institutions for her to bring her case
we have
to?
We have done ours, and according to you, she's not happy with what the ministry did. So I'm saying that there are other institutions that we can go to seek justice as well.
Tony,
if I should say that, what we did was the best, it shouldn't go anywhere, then it means that we have something to cover up.
Tony,
we have done our work.
Tony, let's stick to the stage at which I am. I want us to be on the same page. What I asked had to do with your committee. You formed a committee to look into the matter. The committee came out with some recommendations. People were sanctioned. What I'm asking now is, was your committee, after 1 year, able to find out the whereabouts of the baby?
That committee came out with a report, and that report was shared with the public. We have not.
You mean the interim report?
Kevin, you have to also listen to me. We have not instituted another investigation into that incident.
I see.
We closed our part of that incident long ago. We issued a report. We called the media, gave you copies, and you read those reports on air. So I'm saying that what was given was where our jurisdiction ended. So if you need to take further clarification, you need to look at other state institutions to do that. But for us in the ministry, we're looking at the various councils. The councils brought their report. They were set up by a law to do some work, and they've done their work, submitted a report, and we share with the general public. We don't have any legal mandate to continue with any other thing. So I'm saying that if we have come up with a report and you think our report is not the best, then you can also go further to seek other clarification.
I see. So for the Ministry of Health, I want to understand your point. For the Ministry of Health, you have done what you can. The rest is for the family to do, if they are not happy.
When you look at how we operate, when it comes to an institution, a council has been set up, and the ministry supervises that council. That is the Facility Regulatory Authority. When it comes to the individual, a medical doctor, the Medical and Dental Council is there. When you talk about nurse or a midwife, you are talking about nursing and midwifery council. They all have boards, they all have disciplinary committees set up to do some of those work. They've completed their work, submitted their report to the Honorable Minister. If we've also looked at it, a statement was made from the ministry's angle. It ends the matter.
Very well. Let's move away from the statement. Let's move away from the committee report. Now, for Suweiba, the ministry had also promised to support her with psychological help, to see someone to speak to. All of that didn't happen. What's your response to that?
They did not opt for it. When we made a proposal, they said they are not interested. So there was nothing.
And that's why you couldn't do that?
If they are not interested, what would?
Very well. Tony, we'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much for your time. Tony Goodman is PR for the Ministry of Health. But that's not it for this conversation. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin, our Ashanti regional correspondent, has joined me also over the telephone. Hello, Nuruddin. You've been to the hospital 1 year down the line. You were on this beat the whole of last year. What would you report?
Well, Kemini, I have been visiting the Konfo Teaching Hospital for a while now, and what I'm seeing here is that there's some kind of changes here. I'm told there is some kind of changes with regards to the work of some nurses and health officials here because of what happened last year. And so they are very, very careful with what they are doing. They are vigilant, and they make sure they take good care of their patients and to avoid any incident like what happened last year, February. And when I came, there were some women who came to seek for medical attention, especially the pregnant women and the nursing women. And I've been speaking to some of them. What they are telling me is that they're seeing some changes, and they are happy about it. And they think that since the incident had happened, they haven't experienced any bad treatment at the hospital. So, Kamini, this is what is happening at the Konfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital. Pregnant women are happy that they are taking good care of them as a result of what happened last year.
What do you know about the kind of changes that have gone on at this hospital?
Well, it's been a challenge here. I have been trying very, very hard to get this information as to what has been changed, but authorities here wouldn't speak to me. What they only say is they have made some changes, and those changes will surely bring, positive image to the hospital. So they wouldn't mention any of the changes because they are very, very careful with the issue now, and so they have declined to speak on the changes for now.
Very well. Now, beyond that, I know that you went to Suweiba's home. We've seen the story. But being there with the family, what was the general feeling in that house a year down the line?
Can you repeat what you said?
I'm saying that you were at Suweiba's home when you filed the report which we have heard already. But what was the general feeling, spending that moment with the family as they remembered a year ago when they had to be in the face of the media with their story about their missing baby?
It's very, very sad when you go there right now. The moment I got to the house, the issue came up, and most of the family members were around. They are very sad about what has happened. Their concern is that the ministry hasn't been speaking to them. They haven't told them anything about the issue, and that is what is keeping them worried. And the woman herself is very, very worried, disappointed. As you watch him say in the video, she's very disappointed that the ministry isn't communicating to her. I mean, they are not happy about it, and she's saying she's going to do everything. She's working with the family to make sure they pursue the case, and that she wouldn't want to let it go like that, because if they had been communicating to her, she would have known what is going on and should have been, happy by what they would tell her. But nobody is communicating to her, and she doesn't know what is going on. So that is her worry now.
Again, Nuruddin, does she not find justice in the fact that some people were suspended, some people were sanctioned, one way or the other?
Well, I posed same questions to them, and they are saying that though they were suspended, they were happy with that suspension, punishment. But they are saying that it could be possible that after they've been punished, what has happened to? They are asking what has happened to the nurses now. Have they returned to work, or they are still on suspension? So these are questions that they want to know, because if they had gone on suspension and they returned without anything being communicated to them, that wouldn't be fair according to them. So these are some of the concerns that they are raising, and they would want them to be addressed anytime soon. Or else the spokesperson, Mohammed Abdurrahman, who
We lost Nuruddin there, but I'm sure it's a point well made. But here's what I don't understand. For a hospital, like the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital that was in the center of this missing baby saga, the whole of the year, the best parts of the year, decides not to speak a year down the line after we have been told that some recommendations and sanctions have taken place and mechanisms have been put in place to make sure that things are done well, does not want to speak to the media or to us a year down the line, bothers my mind with a lot more questions. And I don't want to believe that the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital has more to hide when it comes to this issue. Because then again, the family has raised an important issue. Those people who were named in the report well, implicated in the report, where are those people? What has happened to them after the brief suspension? And would want to find those answers from the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital, but it looks like they're running away from it. I mean, I'm going to leave you to judge that. Perhaps after a break, they want to talk to us. I don't know. But we'll keep trying, and I hope you're listening. And we want to share what mechanisms they have put in place now, because we don't want to register another case or many other cases of missing babies at the hospital. This is the Joy News Desk. I'll be right back. Don't go away.